Hello, welcome to your super speedy upper body Pilates with the option of using hand weights. Of course, if you don't have hand weights, you can grab whatever's in your cupboard, tins of beans, bottles of wine, whatever you've got, get creative, and equally you can do the whole thing without anyway. If we haven't met before, my name is Emma, this is my guide dog Archie. I am registered blind, still with some vision, but I guess he's going to join us today for the video, so yeah, I do try to audio describe everything in as much detail as well, so that blind and visually impaired people can easily follow along. So subscribe if you haven't already, and we're going to start standing. So let's go. You're going to stay with me today. Okay, so let's start. Weights can be in our hands already if you've got them, if you're using them. And let's have our feet nice and parallel, quite close together, about a fist distance apart. And let your arms drop down by your side, feeling those weights, drawing your shoulders down and away from the ears. Let's slightly tuck the chin in and just feel this lovely length going down the back of the neck. Maybe closing down your eyes, whatever feels best for you, soft gaze, and just start to bring the attention inward. So we are focusing on maybe how we're feeling, how we're standing. We're starting to notice this deep core contraction switching on, this sense of pulling our belly button away from our clothing as we breathe wide and fall into our rib cage. On your next exhale, let's start to lift our arms up and out to the side, right arm to the right, left to the left to about shoulder height, and then slowly drop your arms back down by your side. We go again, lift. And as we lift, I want you to think about the shoulder blades doing the opposite. So the arms lift, but your shoulder blades drop back down. Good, and we go again. So just starting to warm up through the arms. Good, lower down. On the next one, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then let the arms drop and feel the weights drawing your arms down a little more. And then we go again, we squeeze, lift the shoulders up to the ears and then release. And it's almost this feeling of feeling the tension and then let it release. Feeling that squeeze, that tension, and then let it go. And then start to draw circles with the shoulders. Just again, warming them up. Rolling the shoulders up towards your ears, back and around. And then we can go back the other way. Good, let the shoulders drop down your back. Take a side bend for me. So start to lean up and over without the weight changing through your feet. Weight goes down by the side of your leg and then pull back up. And go to the other side. So it's really nice because the weight will draw you down. If you haven't got a weight, just let the weight of the arm draw you down. And it's like you're going up and over something rather than just crunching to the side. Lower body hasn't changed. Okay, let's add a little bit more. So as we go over this time, the arm that we're reaching away from is going to go over your head into this side bend. And then we come back up. Arm goes by your side. The arm you just had over your head now goes by your side as you tip up and over, stretching the other arm up. So as we go over to the left, that left arm drops by your side, right arm goes over your head by the side of your ear, bending for your waist. As we drop that arm down, we bend over to the right arm by your side, as the left arm goes up and over your head. Good. On the next one, we're going to stay up and over to the side, working into our triceps. So that arm you've got over your head, you're going to bend your elbow and drop your arm down your back, and then lift the arm back up to the ceiling towards, by the side of your ear still. Drop the elbow, or drop the arm. So, carry on with that. Shoulder to the elbow doesn't move. It's just this lower part of the arm that's bending and straightening. So from the elbow to the arm drops down your back. Shoulder to the elbow doesn't move. And then we come back up and we go on the other side. We sweep the other arm up and over our head. We come into this side bend, feet hasn't changed. We bend at the elbow, dropping our weight to go behind our back, and then we stretch the arm back up. And we bend. And we stretch back up, and at the same time, we're trying to keep the weight equal through the feet. We're trying to use our upper body to stay nice and stable, as well as through the legs, or you're trying not to let the upper body go, basically. You still got this control. Bend and straighten, and then come all the way back up. Good, roll the shoulders out. This time we're gonna go back to our reach up and out to the side. But this time we're gonna flip the palms up and keep our arms out to the side as we now lift our arms up by the side of our ears and then drop the arms back down to shoulder height. Away we go again. Exhale, we lift the arms up by the side of our ears. And then back out to shoulder height. And we carry on doing that. Equally, if you want to put the weights down, you can. I'm going to put mine down purely because I start to feel I get a lot of joint pain. And finally, like using the weights starts to give me eye strain and headache for some reason. It's so weird, but anyway, don't be afraid to put the weights down. Lift the arms up by the side of your ears. You're gonna now keep one arm up high as your other arm drops by your side. The top arm will squeeze back by the side of your ear, past your ear. The bottom arm goes back by your side, behind your hip, and then switch. So like you're marching, you're doing a really exaggerated swing of the arms, but obviously the legs aren't moving. So it's just the arms. Soldier arms swinging back and forth. Now, as we do this, we don't want to swivel the shoulders. We don't want to pop through the rib cage. I don't want to step on you. And just keep switching. And I want you to draw the head in like a little turtle pulling back into its shell. Feel the shoulder blades drawing together. And switch. Good, and then stretch the arms in front. So your arms up at shoulder height. Stretch as long as they can in front of the body. Hands are in a fist and your fingernails are facing down. As you now bend at your elbows and try to squeeze your elbows back behind you as the arms stay up at shoulder height, and then press the arms in front. So we squeeze the elbows back behind us, drawing the shoulder blades together, and then push the arms back in front. And we go again, just a few more times here, doing a back row. And squeezing back and in front. Last time we squeeze the arms back, we stay here, and now we flip so the weights face out in front. So everything from your shoulder to your elbow is up at shoulder height, and where the elbow bends, the rest of the arm points up to the ceiling. As we now close the arms in that right angle in front of our face, and then we open and squeeze the arms back. Keeping that right angle as the arms go in front of the body and open. And again, as we do this, we don't want to be popping back and forth through the rest of the body. We want to try keep the arms up. Last one. And open back. And then drop the arms down, roll the shoulders out. Last little bit, and if you don't want to be down on the mat, if you've got wrist pain, maybe resting, you may want to skip this bit, but otherwise, bring yourself to the end of your mat, stand nice and tall. Weights can go to the side if you want to for a moment, just as we do this bit. And we're going to take a nice little roll down, nodding the chin to our chest. We're going to peel down bone by bone towards the mat. See if you can keep the legs straight, if not bend the knees if you need to. As you now walk the arms or the hands out, am I going to be able to do this? Walk the hands out and bring yourself into an up stretch or a down dog. Good. And then soften your knees down to the mat. Bye. He's like, no, this is too much. And bring yourself all the way down. So you've got that little stretch in your down dog if you had space. Didn't have a dog on your mat or a cat. And let's bring ourselves down onto our hands and knees. So last little bit. We're going to have our hands spread nice and wide underneath the shoulders, shoulder width apart. Knees will be underneath the hips, hip distance apart. And I want you to find a nice flat back. So you're nice and steady through the back. Slightly tucking your pelvis under, neck is long. Try to stay as stable as you can as you pick your right hand or arm up and tap your left shoulder. Place that hand back to the floor. Pick up your left hand as you tap your right shoulder and then place it back down. And as you do this, you're having to use your other arm, the rest of the body, your abs, to keep you stable. As you tap opposite shoulder. Good. Now, if you want to, you can put the weights in your hands, be up on a fist, and tap the opposite shoulder in a fist. So you've got that little bit of added weight to the arms. Let's start to add a little bit more here. So to add a little bit more challenge, stretch your opposite leg now nice and long. So let's go left leg, right arm. The left leg's going to reach long, either keep it on the mat or now lift it up to hip level as you now do 8 taps with the right hand to the left shoulder. So you're trying to stay nice and steady. 4 more times. Pulling the abs in. Trying not to sink into the back. And last one. And then bring the leg down, bring the arm down, switch to the other side. We reach our right leg long, lift it up to hip level, and we tap left hand to the right shoulder. And tap. Pushing the floor away with the other arm, trying to stay as stable as possible through the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, bring the leg down, bring your feet together, open your knees. Sit back, reach back nice and long. Letting your nose drop to the floor. Breathing in for your nose, out for your mouth. Good. And then take your weights to the side. Loop your right arm underneath the left, coming in to thread the needle. I'm going to do this sitting up tall because I'm going to cover the microphone otherwise. So you can always bring your arm across your heart, using the other arm to pull it in, or you're simply tucking your arm underneath, looping it through the other side, like you're listening to the floor with the ear. And then go on the other side. So loop your other arm underneath, listen to the floor with the ear that your arm is looped under. So I've got my left arm underneath the right. I'm listening to the floor with the left ear. Lower body hasn't twisted. And I'm just twisting my upper body to look underneath the right side. And then come back up. Sit nice and tall back on your heels. You can tuck your toes under. I'm going to face the front. If you can't sit back on your heels, you can be on your sit bones, you can be standing. As you interlace your hands behind your back, pull the arms back and down and feel this opening through your chest. Just getting a stretch through the front. And then interlace your hands in front, round your spine back. Feel the shoulder blades separating. Why am I whistling? And then roll the shoulders out, and that's it, you are done. So you can obviously do this with heavier weights, without weights, you can repeat the routine again, whatever feels best for you. But if you liked it, please do give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week for another one. Take care, bye.